And we're live on a Saturday Night Live. It's full moon night. I should have done a full moon reading, but you know what? I do that shit for you all the time. I took a day off. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, and as we found out last night, a Sybil, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith, reincarnated. How long is that intro going to be? I don't know. The more we discover that I am, the more we got to say it how it is. What are you? What are you? In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted on my community page. I didn't do any videos today. And actually, what I'm about to speak of wasn't in that page. I had a very busy, awesome day. I'm totally chilling. I didn't have anything to say until something came up, and it's not something good. I was sitting here trying to figure out something. I hadn't talked to my homie since yesterday. I didn't think too much of it because they got towered yesterday. And I was just kind of reliving it. I was like, putting myself in their shoes for a quick second. Then I remembered what they said to me. And then I was like, uh-oh, we got a problem. We got a problem. Houston, we have a problem. What did they say? They had a tower yesterday, and in the middle of their tower, I stopped them and I said, I can see that you're very vengeful, but you don't understand that this was done for you, not to you. And you have to change your mindset right away, otherwise you're going to lose this. You're going to lose this. This is going to be a battle. This person didn't wrong you. They did you a favor, and you need to look at it that way. And then they said to me, you're right. And I guess I kind of low-key kind of wanted, was telling you because maybe, I wanted you to do something about it. And that's what I heard. I was thinking about them, and that's what I heard them repeat. I may have low-key wanted you to do something about it. The night before, they had sent me a message, and I didn't realize it was kind of cryptid, but it was the same thing. And I was like, we got a problem. That's 2 times. What's the problem? I'm just taking a breath. It's not a problem. It's what people believe they're supposed to do. She indicated or suggested that she wanted me to use my magic in retaliation for what she was going through. On 2 different occasions, on 2 different days, to 2 different people. So are you using me just for magic? Because I didn't on either occasion. I wouldn't possibly do that. I don't even do that to my own, to people that piss me off. I'm not going to do that to people that piss you off. And the point of this is, let me start by saying, this is exactly why people like you, muggles, are not allowed to have magic. Because the second you get in your emotions, you're going to hurt somebody. That's it. You're not allowed to have such powers. Because you don't know how to channel them properly. Period. And so, and that's what I said to her, is you're manifesting through your mind right now, and you're going to fuck this up. Because you're seeking for vengeance, and you're feeling as a victim. But that's not what has happened here, and I had to change her perspective. But that's where it is, and it's like, in her desperation, she turns to me like, can you do something? Can I? Most definitely. Will I? Absolutely not. My son just sent me a text message about the pink moon, as if I didn't know. It's what people think I do. That's why the first thing they ask me is, they always tell me they think they're cursed. First thing they want me to do is get a curse off of them. Second thing they want is me to get somebody else for what they've done to them. Where do they do that at? Where do they do that at? I'm just wondering. And it wasn't direct. They weren't direct requests. But it was, you know what I mean? It was definitely said twice. It was definitely said twice. And in essence, I want to clarify some things. It's just an opportunity to speak on it. I'm extremely magical. What do I use it for? For the protection of others. Healing and protection of others. The last thing I'm going to fucking do is hurt somebody. For you. when I'm trying to heal people. Probably from you. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, I told her this was going to happen. I told her that that was going to happen. I told her that tower was going to happen. Either by her own hands or by someone else's. It was going to happen. So then when it does happen, then she wants me to make something else happen. That's not my job, guys. I don't go against God. I tell you what God is doing in your life. And I show you what your options are. You choose. They're your choices, not mine. I have my own choices to make every single damn day. For example, I had to make a decision today. Are you going to go up there and do all of this all by yourself? It seemed like such a pain in the ass. I didn't want to do it. But it was more than fun, and it was easy, and it was not as bad as my mind made it out to be. But that was my choice. You want to put this off and wait till it's more accessible, where it's easier to do, or you want to just get this done and do this like you said you was going to do. And so, you know, that's just how it is. And it's like, I just want to make this clear is, you know, don't think that I'm going to do that for you. I'm not going to. And that's why you're not allowed any powers, because you want people, because if you had powers, you'd use them in such a way. What was the first one? First one was to bring in her boyfriend. So the first one is love spell. The second one was fucking hexing. Not really, but seriously, somebody pissed her off and she wanted me to do something about it. The first one, she was missing her dude and she wanted me to do something about it. That's basic witch bullshit, bro. I need a love spell. I need you to hex this person. I need you to fuck with this person. I need you... Bro, come on now. That's disrespectful. And though I'm saying it here on the internet, I'm going to have to eventually address this to her face to face if we talk again. And this is where, you know, the conversation ends. Always does, bro. As soon as I put up a boundary, people get offended. Because, no, that's not what I meant. Really? Really? That's what you're going to tell this, you're going to tell this psychic that she doesn't know what you're talking about. Can you just accept you were wrong? Not usually. People can't. They can't say, you're right, forgive me. I didn't realize that you're right, you're totally right. That's what I don't hear. Instead, it turns into something else. And so, anyways, as I'm sitting here and I'm wondering how come I haven't heard from my friend, God gives me a good reason why I shouldn't hear from that friend. And that's how quick it lasts. I'm like, damn, seriously? Yeah, bro, it's just a test. It's going to take a lot of time for me to realize, you know what I mean, to meet the right type of people that really understand how to treat me and how to, you know what I mean, how to get along with me. That's disrespectful to me, and it just really shows your motives, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? And I don't like to be put in, like, as flattering as it is, it's disrespectful, bro. 90% of what I'm doing is cleaning up people that other people have done that too. I'm constantly accused of doing shit like that since the day I started. Somebody tried to say I put love spells on motherfuckers. That I hex motherfuckers, that I'm doing shit like this. That's stupid, bro. I wouldn't even know how. And it's not even in my spirit. I wouldn't even ask. My heart hurts just thinking about it. Not everybody that has powers uses them for bad things, bro. And that's what makes me different. Is I'm a priestess, bro. They fucked up the definition of that word. Should I say I'm a nun? It's none of your business. Just kidding. That's disrespectful because I didn't dedicate my whole life and, you know what I mean, gave my whole body and everything to God. I'm a priestess. There's a difference. You know what I mean? But I don't, just because I say I'm a witch doesn't mean that I'm a wicked witch. Just means I know witchcraft, bro. I'm one of the strongest witches because I work with Jesus, bro. Because I work with God. They pull all of their fucking craft from the dark. I can overpower their dark with light, always. But because of this, because my heart is true, bro. You know what I mean? That's why I had to reclaim. The reclaiming of my powers only came after overcoming my weaknesses, which is nothing more than attitude. Having a fucking low vibrational attitude towards people and things and wanting to take justice into your hands and wanting to have control and wanting to, you know what I mean? I didn't need to be magical to fuck with your fucking, you know what I mean, to fuck with your coworker or get your boyfriend on your dick. I didn't need to do that. I could have told you how to do that manipulative type of shit without fucking magic. But in the essence is, what are we doing right now? Why are we fucking with people right now? Because you're bored? Because you're in your feelings? So you want to put them in theirs? That's not cool, bro. And again, I didn't see it. I mean, I mentioned it, but I didn't see it. And that's because you don't see everything, and that's why you have to be careful not to be spending too much time in the unseen. You go outside and you do too much and you can't see how much you've taken on. You know what I mean? And so I just, I'm kind of famous for that, where I missed it. We all are. We missed the signs. But you got to catch them before it gets too late. You know what I mean? I feel used. If you want to know, that's all I could say is I feel like I'm being used. I feel like they just want to be my friend to make their life better. I feel like most people just want that, and I'm okay with that. But then at the same time, I'm saddened by it. Because the truth is like, you want to hang out with me because I make you feel better until I speak against you, and then you don't feel so good about what I said, and then you don't want nothing to do with me. And it's not like self-sabotage, it's just I can see this. You know what I mean? The Holy Spirit calls me to have a conversation, and I know how this is going to go. And it's like, please don't make me. Nope. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to have this, because after you do it the first time, you know the consequences and you're brave enough to do it the second. You become stronger in standing up for yourself in different areas and shit like that. And, it's like, I know it's a subconscious thought that everyone has. Is she can do magic against me or against someone else. I don't. I make jokes. If I get real pissed off, I'll say something like, I'll light a candle in your name. But I don't. I wouldn't lose all of my abilities doing it. But to me, it would be the same thing. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like sacrificing all the power God gave me just to go hurt someone else again. Just because what? Because I'm hurting or because you are? We're made to overcome these feelings. I can brew something that'll take the edge off of our pain, but we gotta go through it, dude. We gotta go through our anger. We gotta go through all of those. And that's it, is you're not gonna get to this place of a guru, of a master of the mind and emotions until you start controlling your mind and emotions. And that's it, is I can feed her or anybody else as much information as it takes, but what do you do with this information when you're in the moment? Are you using any of these tools that I've given you to dig yourself out of a ditch? I don't know. But that's all that came to me right now, and really I don't have much else to say. I'm waiting for the sun to go down, the moon to raise, so I can charge my mirror and my water. And I'm going to bed. I've had a long day. It was fun, though. It was fun. I'm just done. And I really don't got nothing to say. My phone isn't charged enough to sit up there, and I don't need to pull cards. I gave you guys a 10-day forecast. We'll do a light reading tomorrow. But there's nothing much to say. Usually on a full moon, the witches are supposed to take a day off. I don't usually. I mean, because as soon as that moon comes up, then I'm going to start transmitting they're going to start pouring light codes into me, which is just yummy. But I just wanted to say that I'm not doing it for myself, and I don't do it to anybody else. I teach that, and that's why I'm under so much attack. It's because I take away, you know what I mean, the powers of practitioners by empowering you in your belief system. You know what I mean? The last thing, you know, my only offense and my only defense and offense in this world is the truth, God's truth. There's power in those words, bro. You just got to speak them into life and walk in them. You know what I mean? Be covered in, you know, the armor of God and, you know, the blood of Christ, and you're good to go. But ultimately, I just wanted to say that I'm not going to do that. And there's even instances where you might come to me and ask me for healing, and God says no. God gave you the sickness. He'll give you the healing if that's what he wants. You're asking me to come between God and, you know what I mean, what he's trying to teach you. All I can do is come between the two of you and deliver the message a little bit easier, but I can't step, you know what I mean? I can't. There's only one soul I've ever seen do that, and that would be Pac. And I've only seen him do it for me. But in essence, I think God is, you know what I mean? When he goes, every time he does it, and God's like, why did you do that? He said, because she needed me. Then he kind of gets away with some shit, because he does it from the best of his heart. But we don't go against God. We don't go against his rules. It's his, you know what I mean? He's working in your life. And again, going back to, you know, the situation that she had with the dude, I totally told her, call him if you want. You don't need me to do anything. If you want to talk to him, then go talk to him. As far as what happened, you know, with the tower, well, fuck, I told you I'd punch that bitch if I saw her. So, you know, no. And that's probably why she thought I'd curse her. Nah, bro, I feel it, but I'm not going to act in it. And I told you that, you know, fuck. Did she punch her? No. They got into it. And she didn't, you know what I mean? She didn't keep her job, but I would have punched her at least, you know, fuck it. Yeah, since I'm not very magical, I work with my feelings too. You know, in that moment, the last thing I'm thinking about is grabbing some rosemary. I'm gonna grab my fist and put it up your fucking... Just kidding. Are you physical? No, not really. I don't like touch. Where did the thoughts come from? Oh, years and years of physical abuse. That's how people dealt with me. So naturally in my mind thinks that's how we're supposed to deal with things. Because that's how I got dealt with. Right? You get act up, you get fucked up. That's how it was kind of, you know, how I was kind of taught. Sort of. It's just a fucking... It's all words. Just like you guys, like when you talk about how you would save somebody, but you really wouldn't. I just wanted to point that out. Again, I don't know where this is going to go when I have to have that conversation, but it needs to be said, not just with one person, but all people. I don't do that type of shit. I'm not going to judge you for fucking asking me, because apparently it comes with the title, but nah, you need to heal that shit, bro. We don't do that shit around here. And if you go somewhere else to get it done, I promise you it's going to even be bad. Even worse than you having the thought. Don't do that to people, bro. God's making their life harder than they're showing. If there's anything I can tell you, bro, they be lying through their fucking teeth. They want you to think that their life is great, because that gives them a sense of success. If you admire them, then you like them and you want to be like them. But they're lying, bro, and they're struggling, and you don't need to make it any worse on them. Please don't make me. Russ completely lied about his, you know what I mean, his love for his girl. Once again, I pointed it out way before the actual weekend where he tried to show it real off. But he didn't put her in the video. He said the song was all about her, but he didn't put her in the video. Then he comes back home from the weekend getaway and he shares Will Smith's saying that's exactly what his album was about, how nothing of this material world brings him happiness anymore. But yet he'll feed her all the materials she wants. It's all just a gimmick and shit. He's done that with me for over 3 years. They all do it with me. They try to show me that, they try to patronize me with the fact that, they're successful and happy. And I try to show them that they're not happy. Maybe wealthy, but not successful. And that's where the battle begins, is because they don't want to admit it. In essence, you don't need to go after people that are already going after you. That alone shows their unhappiness. You know what I mean? Just going back to it, it's like seeking revenge. Seeking justice. It's common to want, you know what I mean? To want something, want some kind of balance. But that's where you have to trust God that He'll figure this all out for you. You don't need to take vengeance into your own hands, because then your hands become dirty. God makes all things clean, dude. He'll fix it all. It may take one hell of a long time, but everything will get balanced out. And right now, when we're during this, the end of times where He's balancing the scales and putting everything back into alignment, the last thing you want to do is be on that, you know what I mean, that need to be realigned, because you done did some stupid shit. And that's also it, is like, why was my life so hard? That was payback, bro. That was retribution for all the lives before this life. I had to suffer. I had to be at the hands of somebody else's suffering, for I made others suffer in my other lives. You know what I mean? I had to feel the pain of others in order to heal the pain of others. But I've also can tell you what it feels like to be on the other side. You know what I mean? To be causing all this pain and havoc in people's lives. So, I get it, but no, not this life. Not this time. And that's all I wanted to say about that, is please don't ask me, but at the same time, catch your thoughts that you're even thinking that you want the destruction of somebody else's life, that would make you feel good. You wouldn't feel good, bro. If you really, at the top of it, you're like, no, I want them to lose their job. Okay, but let me show you what happens if I take their job. Let me show you what they really lose if we just take away their job. Do they deserve all of this because you had a bad day? Shall I ruin their whole life for you because you couldn't control your attitude today? Does this person deserve to, you know what I mean, to lose everything because they gave you, you know what I mean, because they gave you a hard time today? I don't know. You might think so, but I don't think so, bro. And that's nothing against that, you know what I mean, they have a good life. You don't know how God works, and I promise you He works in everybody's life. They're just not, those are the type of people running around saying it's the devil and shit, with the church and shit. But, damn, they're talking hell fast. I just wanted to say that is, especially on a Saturday, is evaluate where you're coming from and what you really want to happen, and why would you want that to happen. You're not a terrible person for thinking that way, but get to the root of it. Do you really want to hurt somebody that bad? And if so, is it really this person, or are you taking it out on this person? And if you could go back to the other person, would you? I'm seeing my mother right now, Bright. When I started opening up that bag of all the bullshit, all the childhood trauma I didn't know existed, and what she did to me. Was there ever a time where I wish she was here and I could beat the shit out of her? Like, I really want to fuck you up for what you did to me. I want to hurt you so bad for what you've done to me. No. I didn't understand it. And I cried about it. Why did you do that to me, Mom? How could you do that to me? Didn't you love me? I didn't come from a place of vengeance, so I can't really. But when you go back to baby daddy, yeah, I wanted somebody to rape his ass. Really? Not really. You can't rape the willing. Fucking flamer. In the essence of, I get where those feelings come from, and I've acted in them, and I know that all that comes after it is just shame, and it doesn't make you feel any better. Because when God works, it's impeccable. The job really gets done. And it always gets done when you no longer are giving it any energy. When you've finally surrendered it, then he'll take care of it. But I'm not taking care of your dirty work for you. And it's not your dirty work, it's your dirty feelings. You're trying to do some dirty work with those dirty feelings. And you know who you are. I could see somebody calling their homegirl. They're like, yeah, something, something. And then I want you to do something, something, and something, something. What the fuck y'all doing? Scheming and shit. Why are you doing the mostest right now? Because you're all in your feelings? You need to sit down with your feelings, little girl, and stop messing with people's lives. Yeah, I know he did you dirty. It's a part of life. How old are you? Get ready. They're gonna keep doing us dirty for a minute. You can't just go out here fucking serial killing every fucking dude that does you dirty. Am I talking about her? No, I'm just saying I saw a vision of who Eileen Woods, first female series. Just kidding. No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't think too much of it until God made a point about it. And there are those, I guess, when you always go, I guess it comes with the territory. I'm just new. I guess if I was a psychic or something, they'd be like that. Hey, do you do... I've heard people, I did actually. I'm seeing that dude at the hotel. He's like, hey. No, I'm seeing the guy at Walmart too. He asked me. Oh, fuck, I remember that guy. He was fun. What was his name? He was a good looking guy too. He asked me to curse his fucking baby mama. Or some bullshit, some old ass bullshit. So nah, bro, I don't do that shit. And then the guy at the hotel, he's like, do you do hexes and curses? It's like, who do you have an attitude with? Nah, y'all, that's not on my card. I don't do that shit. I don't do no binding. I don't do none of that shit, bro. As above, so below. You shall reap what you sow. I ain't with it. And I don't think you should stop it too, because that's gonna come back to you. Even thinking that shit. You don't understand, bro, and that's what I told her. Just thinking it, dude. Don't be thinking. And that's when she came out. She's like, yeah, I guess I was low-key hoping you would do something. Don't be thinking that way, bro. I don't even do that type of shit. What are you thinking? What are you thinking right now? Alright, don't be thinking. Or, just kind of understand where those thoughts came from. Did you see it on TV or something? You know somebody that does some shit like this? I don't do no shit like that. Fucking shit. Hey, happy full moon and all. Again, that's all this energy is about, is relationships. You're really taking a hard look at your relationships. And making sure that, you know what I mean, you're checking it real good, making sure that they're the right type of relationships, or, just waiting for the right ones. Because even though I hear Mac, why do I have to build something beautiful just to tear it all down? It's part of that, because it's like, okay, that was cool, but I think I can do better the next time. Meaning, you're telling the freaking universe, you're telling people, I'm telling the universe, I'm telling collective people, and the person that I'm dealing with, that I understand, I have compassion, understanding, and forgiveness for you, the way you think, and your behaviors, but going forward, you know what I mean? And that's where we're placing boundaries and resetting it up. And it's like, and that's the same thing with dating. You go out and you see what you don't like, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to deal with that type of stuff going forward with the next person. And that's where it is. It's like, I had to learn how to, you know what I mean? You can't just be friends with anybody. You got to learn your boundaries. You got to learn. And coming from a very codependent place where I just want a friend, it's like, oh, any friend will do. And then we realize, no, 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 and no, and no, and no. And that's what it is. It's like, I have special needs. So I can't just be linking up with just basic individuals. We could be real condescending and say I'm too high vibrational for that low vibrational type bullshit and make it sound like I'm better than you. But when I say something like, I got special needs, let's make myself sound a little retarded. Let me dumb myself down to you and say, I need more care than basic people. meaning there's something wrong with me. And therefore, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't fit into typical, A type, B type, C type. Ain't got no D type. How's it going? No type. I ain't got no type. Because I can't. I can't just, you know what I mean? I can't push myself into smaller boxes in that sense. You know what I mean? So that's just it. It's like, remember Logic did this interview and he's like, I just don't fuck with nobody because I don't fuck with nobody and I don't fuck with nobody and that's just because I don't fuck with nobody and that's how we do it. And it's like, yeah, but let me explain. It's not that I don't fuck with nobody. I fuck with everybody until, you start fucking with me and then I decide I don't want to keep, I'll fuck with you, but from a distance. You know what I mean? Like, keep that shit over there. Prayers and wishes and all that good shit. Love and light, motherfucker. In the essence, dude, that's what it is you come back and you're trying to, you can't be the same person you were. You still you still have the same tendencies, but you're trying to reestablish your new self in an old world, to be honest. Because it's still the same shit. It's just you're different. Everything's same old, bro. If I wanted to be weak as fuck, I could reach out to some fucking punk-ass family members. Same old shit. The world is still the same. It's me that's different. You must understand that. They're still the same. You could go on a long journey and change your whole life and come back and realize you're the only thing different about where you've come from. The world you're in is not different. You're the difference. And you can change, you can take this different energy about you and spread it with everyone, or you could run away to find people like you. But ultimately, good luck with that. You have to create the difference that you've become. In the sense of, if I keep looking for people like me, I'm never going to find them. I create people like me by teaching people how I am. Because really, how I am is not too far off from where you are. You just didn't know how to put it into words and walk in that either. She's right. I can't be around these type of things. I don't do that type of shit. I never had to have that kind of question, that conversation, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, that's the Pathfinder, showing you the way and all that, the way shower. But in the essence, I'm trying to find my own way. I'm trying to find, what works for me. And it will work, but then it doesn't work. So then we got to find another way to either work it or start all over. And you don't give up, but you have to accept that, we push the limit on this. Let's see if we can, you know what I mean? It's experimenting. Learning. It's experimenting. Like, your best friend has been your best friend because you guys are on the same fucking... You've had the same mentality your whole fucking lives. Trying to find somebody on my mentality is impossible. Literally, because I don't use my mind. So that's impossible. But trying to find someone that has similar interests is possible. You know what I mean? There's some things that are possible, and that's what I'm trying to work with, is the possibilities, not the impossibilities. Meaning, you're never going to find someone like you. I know this. I'm very aware of this. God only made one of me. There's only fucking one. I can't go looking for someone like me. There's nobody like me. But there's people that have similar tendencies, similar likes, similarities. And it's based on those similarities that people build connections. So, like attracts like. I like it until, I don't like it. And then there's nothing wrong with me not liking something. You guys take like and it's like, okay, if you like it, you're supposed to love everything about it. No. I like 40% of this situation. 60% of it I don't like. So after weighing it all out, it's a no. It's not that I don't like you. I don't like you a little bit too much. I don't like you enough. Sounds terrible, right? It does. Only because you're insensitive. I mean, I'm insensitive, or you're too sensitive. But in the essence is if I'm trying to have a basic conversation with somebody that's totally in their fucking feelings, and I'm trying to tell you, I can't vibe with you because of this, you're going to throw a big ass show on me and not hear what I'm trying to say. All you're thinking about is how you're feeling. You're not listening to my feelings. The whole start of this conversation was my feelings. And now you've taken my feelings, disregarded my feelings, and made this whole conversation about yours when we didn't even start talking about yours. You made this all about you and how you feel all negative when the conversation was about me and how you're making me feel negative. That is the definition of a gaslighting situation. Right? Right. I'm working on it. I cried to Taz. I told her, friends is something I'm just not good at yet. I'm working on it. I haven't given up. And I'm not giving up on freaking men either. That's a constant battle. Hey, I thought about the idea of sex today. That was cool. I thought about it. I don't have those kind of thoughts. I thought about it. In the essence, dude, before it was just a fucking fear. The furthest thing I would ever think about. Why? Because it would only bring up fucking trauma, healing, and pain. So, going back to it, it's like, you know, it's not easy being authentic. If I could just, you know what I mean, adapt and mold myself into, you know, numbness, where your words and actions don't have an effect on me and I can just sit here quietly in the room just to enjoy the space and the entertainment of the space and wouldn't actually have to feel any way about it, then this could possibly be a good situation. But unfortunately, that's not how I work. I have a great deal of feelings about everything you say and do, everything that's going on around us. And I'm captivated by those feelings and how, you know what I mean, the conversations make me feel and everything makes me feel. And when I'm dealing with, you know, emotionally dead people that aren't aware of their feelings or the fact that their words and actions give other people emotions, this isn't a good thing. You're fully unaware that, you know what I mean, what you're saying is affecting me. And then if I was to tell you how deeply it is affecting me, you're going to become very defensive. So yeah, I'm struggling with that. But it's not necessarily me, it's just the programming of humanity. It's, you could say, constructive criticism or just standing up for, you know what I mean, in the moment, you know what I mean, miscommunications or understandings. But it never ends quite well because you're supposed to just kind of, you know, blow it over, go home, talk about it with someone else. You know what happened at lunch today? Yeah, what did you say? I didn't say anything. What? You just sat there chewing your food? You didn't throw the plate in the face and walk out and make a big scene? Would you have? I don't know. I see this vision. Maybe the old me would have. I know for a fact I just saw a couple of them. The first husband? Oh, yeah. Many times we did that in restaurants. I threw my drink in his face or food or something and walked out. Oh, baby mama from hell. Oh, God. Yeah, been there, done that. We're not doing that. I'm too old for that shit. I'm not getting caught up in your shit, especially not magically. It's not delicious. I love my little witch laugh that comes with my new personality. Healing. That's where we're at. We're still in the relationship zone. And we're working on, you know what I mean? Not giving up on our relationships, evaluating them, trying to balance them out, trying to fix them, cut them off if we need to, and, you know, stay optimistic, you know what I mean? Making wish lists. Okay, this didn't work. Let's write this down now. What do we learn from this relationship? What are we looking for in the next relationship? Don't go running out for it. You manifest it and you let it come to you. You don't have to go chasing your dreams. You have to believe in them and do the work for them to come true. You don't have to go get them. I don't understand that. Like, when you're dreaming, do you go somewhere to do it, or it happens all inside your head? We'll continue working on that. And the essence is a lot of people, you know, as far as the experimenting, there's a lot of hands-on that you guys do that's not very necessary. I feel if you just worked this out through your head, worked out the details in your head, you'd start to realize that most of that work is not necessary. Or perhaps you can't see past, you know what I mean, the very first step. Some of it feels that way too. You know, going back to my documentary, I'm unbelievably pleased to how far I've gotten in the fucking timeline. It's unreal in 1 week how far I've put together the timeline. And, you know, it feels, every time I open it up, it feels unbelievably overwhelming. And I'm seeing the conversations with Bobby. It's like every time I gotta go talk to him, it feels like, oh God, this is heavy. But it's like, and he wants to know too, why am I keep bringing up? Because I have to close this. I need understanding. I have questions. I have unresolved feelings. I have, you know what I mean? There's shit. I don't want to be digging this shit up either, but this is how I get to the bottom of it, is by digging it up. You know, so I just wanted to kind of point that out. Like, again, I was sitting here totally quiet, and what came to me is like, they asked you to use your magic against other people. It's like, whoa. I tried to use my magic against my twin flames, in essence, for my own protection. I tried to banish them. I did it for my own healing. I tried to get rid of them because of all the pain they were causing me. I didn't ask for anything bad to happen in their lives. I did simple cord cutting removals. That's it. I never asked for anything bad to happen. I spoke that, I prayed, I told Russ, I prayed he'd marry that girl and get her pregnant and get stuck with her for the rest of his life. So if that happens, then that's, you know, he could say it was his fault, I could say it was mine, we could just move on. Whatever it is. If it really comes to be, I might feel pretty guilty about it. But whatever. I know why I said it, and I came from a mean place when I said it. And if it happens, it's not going to be, you know, a good thing. Truthfully. It's like, you know, you're so in love, I dare you. I double fucking dog dare your bitch ass. Jump, bitch. Jump into this one. Jump into this one. I double dog dare you. A divorcee 2 times with 2 baby daddies and kids, you think I'm not joking? Jump in. I dare you to marry this 25-year-old. I double fucking dog dare you to marry this girl. Go ahead and give her a baby too. Watch what that does to both of your futures. Quit playing like you have a real relationship. Fucking optimist. Opportunist. Anyway, so yeah, I know what it means to come out of some place like that, but otherwise, no. I didn't wish nothing bad on nobody other than that. Seems to be working out quite lovely, if you ask me. But again, you can see it's an absolute lie. He's a fucking lie. And whatever, you know, pull your panties down, drop your stupid album. There's no way in God's green earth you're gonna come anywhere close to fucking winning any fucking award when you're competing against, you know, 2025 artists. You're like, fucking whatever. I don't need to explain this to you. I don't need to explain this to you. When you realize who you're up against, it does not matter what time of what day this year you drop your underwear. You're not coming up against them in the fucking charts. So going back to it, it's like, whatever, bro, whatever. I just didn't. I used my magic to get rid of them, to break me free. Not to fuck them up, but to break me free. I just wanted to be free. You know what I mean? That's it. If you want to be with this one and you want to keep using this to fucking hurt me, then fuck you. Go marry her. Have a baby. I fucking double dog dare you, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Watch you both get pregnant. I'm laughing because that's exactly what my future holds. Me and my dude are about to both be pregnant. You ever seen that? How men get pregnant with their women? They get all chunky too because they're eating well with them. Yep. All that cuddling and stuff. It's great stuff. Anyways, take the good, the bad, and the ugly, but work on your feelings and don't be ugly. Okay? Alright, later, haters.